All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
81.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wentz now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Grant. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st down, Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Corey Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Hines on a toss play. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Hines, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. On the crossing route, complete. It's Howard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Here's Hines. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd.
To the perimeter when we see those runs. To the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They run with Hines. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Looking to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And they'll run it here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pull up statistics.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. They'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Shorty. Great. Go.
Wentz now on first down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Avery Williamson coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Lefty.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chandler Jones in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down. And the Colts getting ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
On third down. That's Hines. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. It's taken to the 26. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 16 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing his Wentz. Dancing to his left. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to maneuver. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And he's got some space here. There he goes, left side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Corey Grant, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now they try the right side here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. I'm bringing it to you. Stop. Trey 15.
Wentz to throw on second down. And it's caught. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal.
A really well-run corner route, and what a catch as well.
And a quarterback having confidence in his receiver.
Go.
Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
82.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Jabal Sheard in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Go. Great. Black, come on. Lion.
Here's Wentz to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Watching that, Barney.
This is Hines, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, third and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now, first and goal.
Over.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
Watching that, Barney.
They get it to him running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Steps away to his left. Toward the pylon, caught. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's fourth down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll go with the keeper, and he takes it in for a Colts score. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. The Jaguars getting set to go. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this. Yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, that's Hines. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Well, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Let's go. Sport Tokyo.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's find two. Shorty.
Now Wentz. Forced out, and the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Wentz going to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now he's forced out left. Now he's flushed out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
81. Come on.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Ryan Anderson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this over the middle deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 88 yards. And the Colts are in for 6. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Straight 15. Straight 15. Don't go. 280. Please. Don't go.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
Wentz now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And this throw will be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And an alley to run. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Now the ball comes loose. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
On second down, Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gone!
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Sunday. Let's find two. Hey, Lou.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Sunday. Shorty. 82. Trey 15.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, Lion.
On 1st down, Wentz. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Trey 15.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think that was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 now, the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Wentz now on first down. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Wentz. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Dawson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. They find some open field here.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. To throw, it's Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that one will be accepted. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep depth. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Shorty, shorty, shorty. Man, 5-7.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This fielded at the 2. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This two shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play that time for the Colts. 47 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal? 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse race.